Hello. Hi, Northgate. Welcome back. Today, our final day for this official school year. We have the entire counseling team. Woo! We have Miss Nia,
Hi, Northgate.
Miss Sarah, and Mr. Dan,
Hello, Eagles.
and me, Miss Jackie. Hello. We wanted to continue our conversation from last week. So if you haven't checked out that video yet on the YouTube channel or the website, go check it out. Mr. Dan and I, thanks to Miss Nia, did a little start of a reflection for the end of the year. We wanted to kind of review that and talk about transitions, meaning going from one place to another. And also talking about goodbyes. You know, usually we're all inside the buildings, the classrooms are looking really fun, there's classroom celebrations, school-wide celebrations, and this year it's a little different because of COVID-19. But all in all, we wanted to try our best to still think about the year and reflect about it, celebrate what we've accomplished, think about what things we might have hope for in the future, and how we come together to say goodbye. So we wanted to celebrate the rich cultures that are at Northgate by understanding that different cultures have different ways of saying goodbye. Some cultures have well wishes in their greetings. That's when you see or leave someone, right? Some people have like be well, or they might say health be with you in their own languages. I know the one that I can think of is the Hawaiian language that says aloha, which means hello and goodbye. So we really wanted to talk about saying goodbye and what that means to not only your teachers for the year, but also maybe the classmates that you've had. So because we like to do things in a fun way, Miss Sarah has prepared a game for us. So I'm going to pass it on to Miss Sarah, our game host for this time.
Okay, so we have a fun game today, and I'm going to put it on the website for you in case it's something you would also like to play with your family or whoever's at home in your place. So it's a game which is about, as Miss Jackie was saying, it's about a really good game for this moment when we're trying to think about everything we've done this year. And sometimes when it's a whole year, it's quite hard to remember everything, but a few questions can help us along the way. And sitting back and thinking about our year and thinking about the school year and what's happened, there was just so much going on there. I mean, every day in life at Northgate, the building is full of laughter, of learning, of things being created. It's just amazing. And we all know you did so much in the building and have still done so much more at home. So this game has got is a set of cards. It's like a card game. And each card has a number on it, and it has a question. And I'm going to pose a question to my team here for you to listen to. So we're going to start off with Miss Nia. Would you like to pick a number? And we'll see what we've got.
I like the number 16, so I'm going to go with that question.
Okay. So number 16 is, I feel like I need some game music here. What do you think was the most important things you learned this school year?
Ooh, it's a great question. I've learned a lot of important things. I think some of the most important things are teamwork. I got to work with this incredible team, and I just really appreciated how much I learned from each of you. When you work in a team, it's an opportunity to learn from the people you're working with, and the sense of community that brought, and that the whole Northgate community brought me. And I've also learned not to give up when things get hard and feel uncertain. Of course, with the school closure, it got really tricky about how are we going to do our job from a distance. And so not giving up was also something that I learned this year.
Awesome. Thank you. Great answers. Okay, Mr. Dan, what number would you like?
Right now I see 4 rectangles on my screen. I'll go 4.
Okay, number 4. What one word what one word would describe this school year? Explain why you chose the one word.
I think this is one word. Maybe it's a compound word, but it's one thing anyway. I was thinking roller coaster. I actually talked about a roller coaster a couple of weeks ago. And, roller coaster, you're kind of like on a little train, sort of a mini train that's on tracks, and it goes up really high, like in an amusement park or a fair or something, gets to the top, and then it goes down really fast and gives you, well, at least it gives me really big emotions. And I think a roller coaster would be the word I would choose, because there were some real highs at times and there were some very difficult times.
Thank you. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that one. Miss Jackie, what would you like?
I will go for number 11.
Number 11. Okay. Ooh, what was the most interesting skill or topic that you learned this year?
I thought about this for a little bit, and I think the most I can remember is what's been happening most recently, which is how our memory works. But because there's so much going on in the world right now, with all the news and all the protests and all the information about how to be anti-racist and how to help take apart and do away with racism, I think the most interesting skill that I didn't really have a chance to do before is to learn how to hear things from the news, see things from the news, listen to things on the news, but also have that skill to say, okay, how do I go to the most correct places to find the news? How do I listen to the people who are most educated and know about the news, such as like health from scientists and things like that? So I think given everything that's been happening with COVID and Black Lives Matter and the protests, I think an interesting skill that I've had to pick up recently is to make sure my information is from people who take the time to do their research and make sure that the information is actually accurate. I hope that was good.
Because there is so much information out there in so many ways. Yeah. Wonderful, thank you. Okay, I'm going to let you all have one more go. So, Miss Nia, what would you like?
How many questions are there again?
We've got 30 questions.
Okay, I'm going to go up a little higher this time. 27.
Ooh, okey-dokey. Ooh, how prepared do you feel for next year?
Next year, oof. I will say that sometimes in life you come to points where you don't know what's next. Or maybe you do have some idea, but you don't know what it's going to be like. And that is a place in life where I am right now. So I can relate to people, those of you from 5th grade going to a new school, because I have some vision of what I'm going to be doing, but I don't know exactly what it's going to look like. That being said, I still feel prepared in some ways because I know I've learned so much this year and I've built my skill set, and I've been in graduate school, so I've learned in the classroom and I've learned through working with all of you. And so I trust that wherever I do end up, whatever I do end up doing, this year has really well prepared me for what I end up doing next year. And it's also kind of scary because we don't exactly know what the world is going to look like in terms of COVID-19 and all of that. And so the fact that we all have adapted to this new sort of strange way of living also gives me hope that we'll continue to be able to adapt to things, and also while holding hope that at some point we'll be able to be together again. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you. And I think there's so many learnings in what you were saying there about for everybody moving into another grade as well, that your teachers have prepared you. And even though we didn't maybe finish first grade or second grade, or third grade or fourth grade or fifth grade or kindergarten exactly how we thought we might, you're still prepared. And your teachers have prepared you ready for your next grade next year for the fall. Thank you. Okay, Miss Jackie. Oh, Mr. Dan, sorry. I nearly went out of order. Mr. Dan. What
I
number?
escaped. Okay. I had a lot of memorable birthdays, but 21 was really.
21.
Would love to hear about that, Dan.
I became an adult when I was 21, I think.
Which area of the school of Northgate Elementary was your favorite and why?
Which area? Well, something about me when I was a kid is I would go into the hallways of schools quite a bit. And I know it's not, you can miss out on learning, but sometimes the hallways are pretty interesting. And if anybody would have told me that I would get a job someday where I could like be in the hallway and get paid for that, I would say, really? The hallways at Northgate. So on the one hand, like I could go and I could see the incredible work that teachers had done to teach classes how to move like through the hallway where everybody's in line and they're walking with great respect for everything else that's going on in the building. I'm going, wow, they all know what's expected and they can do what's expected. And then there are times where I just, there's one or two kids walking in the hallway and I could smile and make them smile. And that was like fun. And there were also kind of serious times where I could see somebody was having, a tough time with something. They're struggling with something. And I knew that I could check in with them, that we could go, sit somewhere and chat a little bit, maybe as a student or maybe even a staff member. So walking the hallways were probably my most memorable thing about school.
Yeah, thank you. And last but not least, Miss Jackie, what would you like?
All right. I will go with, never did before. I'll go with 29.
29. Oh, this is a good one. What is a goal you have for next school year?
Ugh. Oh, wow. Okay. What is a goal I have for next school year? The first word that pops into my head is to be flexible. So flexible means being able to not have my first choice maybe, or being okay with maybe expecting it to go one way and then walking in and then having it be a different experience. So I think my goal is to be flexible, practice gratitude, right? We talked about this, the four of us before, of how to pick moments to on purpose be thankful for things to make myself feel better. So be flexible, have gratitude, and to ask for help. I think that I've loved working the four of us together this year because I think it's made it much easier to practice asking for help and to make that as part of our take care of myself routine. I think so. Be flexible, practice gratitude, and ask for help. Those are my goals.
Wow, very good answers to all of those questions. Thank you, everybody. So this pack of cards is going to be there for you. I'm going to put it on the website. If you don't have a printer, there's also a list of them. So you can write your own cards and make your own cards if you want to play. Or you can sit and just take a moment and pick a question or two that you'd like to answer, just like we did. And take a minute. You could draw a picture. You can write a little bit about it. Whatever it takes you. But take a moment to think about your school year. Okay, thank you.
So this is our final meeting this year, and one thing that I've learned this year is that if I ask Miss Nia a question, or I really want to hear something really thoughtful from somebody. Hey, Nia, can I ask you,
Mr. Dan?
What are you thinking about right now is just reflecting on the fact that this is our last get together this year.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to hold in this moment. And you might be I'm feeling a lot of different emotions. And so just want to validate first that whatever you're feeling right now is okay. There might be some excitement about summer. There might be disappointment that we're not ending school in the way we thought we would. As Jackie mentioned in the opening, saying goodbye can feel hard or not. So just holding space for all of those emotions. But this year has been so unique. I don't think any of us could have ever imagined that we would be on our little screen in our box saying goodbye to you this way. And so I also want to say that we're so proud of you all for the ways that you've adapted to distant learning and living in the time of a pandemic, and continuing to show up to class meetings and lunch bunches and checking in on each other. I know that you're doing that as well. So I have seen courage from you all and perseverance from you all, and I will continue to carry all of you forward with me, and all the things I've learned from Northgate.
I loved all of that, and that part about carrying part of you forward, that really resonates with me. That I've done a lot of kind of goodbyes in my life, but I really learned that the people that I've really connected with, they stay. They're still there. So thank you so much for that. Thank you, team, for this experience. And I guess I'll just close by Miss Jackie answered question 29, which was to take a moment and think about your goals for next year. And I just want to encourage everybody who watched this video to take a look at question 29 and really reflect on it and think about, like, okay, what am I going to develop in my coming year? And with that, we'll just say goodbye, ciao, au revoir.
See you around.
Love you, Eagles.
Bye, Northgate.
Northgate.